Got somebody here. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm just getting everything set up. Just give me a second. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever did that. Thank you. Just getting it set up. What's up? What are you guys doing? Or whoever's in here, what's up? You guys gotta talk to me. It's a boring stream. Hey, what's up, Nanashiro? How are you? How are you? Hello, Nanashiro. I don't know if my texts are coming up on the screen, so let me double check and see what's going on here. Popping out the chat right now, so I can see the chat. Oh yeah, it's working. Cool. I'm there in Japan. I'm assuming you're in Japan right now. What are you playing? What games are you playing? This is one of my pet peeves when people trade in like a PlayStation cord and they've pulled apart the cord and then you got all these cords tangled. I just got a PlayStation 2 traded in, and now I have to untangle cords. I got a wire mess going on. Why do people do that? I have not streamed the store in a while because I've been busy. I need to stream the store more often. I'm actually kind of slow today, so I figured why not do a quick stream. Oh, finally. I'd been working on that for a while. So what games are you playing? Come on, talk to me. It's hard to just stand in front of a camera and talk without people asking you questions. Where am I now? I'm in my Fremont, Ohio store. In Fremont, Ohio. You want to see the store? I'll do a quick walk. I'll walk around the store here. Just give me a second. Let me get this cable all situated. All right. You wanna see the store? I'll reverse the camera. I like those Gears of War guns up there. So this is kind of like the retro area here. And a bunch of retro games. There's Super Nintendo, 64. We got regular Nintendo here. The rarer regular Nintendo games are actually kind of locked up in here, or back there. Super Nintendo, the higher dollar ones are up in there. We got Genesis. Back here we got, let's see here, we got some systems in there, but the higher dollar Game Boy games are in that glass cabinet. Then DS, 3DS, GameCube, and Wii are back there, and then Wii U's kind of like tucked over here. Switch. There's the whole Switch wall. I just realized my hand was kind of blocking the camera. My thumb. Switch wall. PlayStation 2, the higher dollar ones are on the wall. These are the rest of the PlayStation 2, all alphabetical. PS3. Get to the other side here of the retro. Got some accessories. Atari, some Dreamcast, Sega CD. Don't get much Sega CD or Dreamcast ever traded in. That'd be cool. Come here when you come to America. Let me know you're coming. I always want to go to Japan and check out the game stores in Japan. I would love to go there. That's on my bucket list, but I've never made it there. So more retro. What's up, Mike Lombardo? How are you, man? Here's Princess Derek walking in the door.
You on a live stream?
I just started, yeah.
Awesome.
I said Princess Derek was coming in. No, I just said it because that's whatever. And just another day, Mike. How are you? Yeah, just another day for me too.
Mike Lombardo's in there?
Yeah, he just said hey to you.
What's up, Mike?
Derek said, "What's up, Mike?" So I got my Die Hard arcade. We got Mr. Do. It's so weird because the frame rate. Oh, there, I got it to pop in for a second. There you go, Mr. Do. I love Mr. Do. Mr. Do is probably my favorite old school arcade game. I like this Mr. Do cabinet, even though it's not original. I like it. Then Centipede up and running. Centipede is working. Man, the screen on this Centipede is like beautiful. It is so crisp. I need to do some work on Mr. Do. Super Mario 64 and Star Fox 64. I'll check, Mike. Here's my Mario Brothers. That's probably the most valuable item in the store is that Mario statue. Everybody always asks me what the most valuable item is. It's by far that guy right there. Oh, Control? Yeah, I just got that traded in. Yeah, I priced it. I just didn't put it out. PlayStation 4. Let's look. I'll see, Mike. I don't think I have Mario 64. I might have Star Fox. Counter's kind of messy. I gotta straighten up. Bunch of random Game Boy. We used to have these organized, and I've given up. This used to be like completely organized, and I was fighting a losing battle. These people would come in all the time, and they just start going like this to them. So I gave up. These are all like real cheap. Buy one get one free. So it's like a dump bin now. It sucks, but yeah, that's a lot of Game Boy games. I need a new sign. They destroyed my sign too. So Mario 64, I do not. I gave up trying to keep that organized. No Mario 64, Star Fox. I don't think so. Yeah, that's a no-go on both, Mike. Because they would have been in the glass case. Yeah, what kind of game store am I? I don't have Mario 64 or Star Fox 64 at the moment. Whenever I get one of those, though, both of those, they go. Oh, actually, here you go, Mike.
Mario 64?
Mario 64. Is there one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not out here. No, that's Mario Kart.
Oh, Mario Kart.
Derek's new here. He doesn't know the difference between Mario Kart and Star Fox. I do have one, Mike. I do have one. Hold on. I'm going to show it to you. You're going to be impressed by this. I do have Star Fox. Oh, boy. Star Fox 64 with the Rumble Pack in the box. look at that, Mike Lombardo. That it's not. It's used, by the way. I just shrink wrapped it to keep the box good. You need this. We could work something out. What's up, Tom? Does it play Doom? N64 plays Doom. I probably have Doom for it. I have boxed Star Fox 64. How about that?
There in the corner.
Doom for Tom. Doom 64 right there. I will, Mike. You know what, Mike? I'm gonna set it aside right now. I'll text you about it. Doom 64 is coming out on Switch. Do you guys see that? They're remaking it for Switch. Yeah, in November. Yep. See, Mike Lombardo's on it.
Is it a remake or are they just releasing Eternal on it?
They're doing Doom 64.
Oh, okay.
On Switch.
I didn't see that. Right.
Say hi to Derek. Just sign into my account and all right. Yeah, I got it set aside for you. Mike, I'll text you on that one. So what's up, everybody? What are you guys up to? What are you playing, Mike? Did I ever get into Haunting Ground? No, I didn't get into Haunting Ground. I'm not. You know what? I'm not big into scary crap like you guys. I'm a big girl when it comes to scary stuff. You know what I like? You know what's funny about that though is I do like ghost hunts, and I wish we could have went on that ghost hunt at Too Many Games. I've actually been on ghost hunts before. I like that real stuff, but I don't like scary movies, and I don't like scary games all that much. I'm weird like that. I like the real life stuff. Playing your real life job simulator up to your ears in work. But that's not very fun. Maybe next year if Nathan gets booked at Too Many Games. Still no word on that? Oh. They got to have Nathan back. He's like, man, Nathan rocked it. There's no way they don't have him back. Nathan was like one of the star attractions there. No way they don't have him back. That would be dumb to not have Nathan back. He is he's like a Too Many Games staple. He usually knows a few months before. I mean, he was good. They booked him opposite the nerd, which was dumb. Yeah. Man, he'll be back there. They gotta have Nathan back. Really, I missed that video of John Riggs, the John Riggs video. I'm gonna have to check that out. Riggs said how funny he was. Really, God, I missed that. See, I don't watch all of John Riggs' videos, but I will check it out. Seth's not as funny. I like Seth, but come on, man. Seth cannot be as funny as Nathan. Seth's cool, but yeah, he's no Nathan. I like Seth. Sorry, Seth, if you see this. Half the price. Half the price they get Seth. That's funny. So what are you up to, Tom? It's kind of early out there, isn't it? What is the most fun? The most fun game? God, that's putting me on. That's different for everybody. I mean, I don't know. Like my favorite game of all time was Mario 64, but Mario Odyssey is pretty dang close. I still think Mario 64 is the best game for me ever made. However, it only runs at 30 frames per second, so
it can't be. Yeah, you have to enjoy that.
You know, I got in this stupid argument. What do you guys think? I got in this stupid argument online about 30 frames per second versus 60 frames per second. Now, obviously, 60 frames per second is better.
It's smoother.
It's smoother. The games play smoother. But there's a lot of games that run at 30 frames per second, and so good seeing Derek. Yep. You mean Dana White? Tom plays games at 300 frames per second. That's because you're the true gamer, Tom. Only true gamers can play at that speed. Yeah, I know. But I'm talking about like single player games. Like most single player games, who cares? Like, so I got in this argument because Astral Chain for the Switch runs at 30 frames per second. And people were like shitting on Astral Chain because it only runs at 30 frames per second. It's a great game. It plays good. It feels like, I mean, like when you, usually I can feel the difference between 30 or 60 frames per second. And I mean, you can feel it. Like I think shooters should be 60 frames per second. Fighting games should be 60 frames per second. Racing games, it's nice if they can get them up there to 60 frames because it just the controls a little smoother. But people were shitting on Astro Chain, so I was like, it's so dumb. Like because almost every game on N64 was at 30 frames per second. Mario 64 was 30 frames per second, and actually sometimes it dropped down to 20 frames per second. What's up, Fart Doctor? So what was funny, ironic to me too, is like God of War, if you're on a basic PS4, ran at 30 frames per second. Spider-Man runs at 30 frames per second, whether you're on Pro or a regular PS4, and those games are phenomenal.
They were games of the year.
Yeah, game of the year. So like I just think it's dumb, and like Michelle on VGO was kind of shitting on 30 frames. I think a lot of people
But
like
she's playing WoW Classic.
yeah, PC elitists, like they got to have their frames per second. A true gamer plays at 1 frames per second. So what are my thoughts on the Switch Lite? You think it's a bad move? I don't think, Tom. I think
They should have just done a dockless system because that's $100. That's it.
you know what? I'm a little disappointed that it doesn't hook to the TV because it's really not a Switch.
Or have an HDMI port out or something.
I think down the road, watch the Switch Lite will be able to be hooked to a TV. They'll come out with like a different dock or something. I think it's a good move on Nintendo's part, and I'll tell you why. Nintendo does this. Nintendo's trying to repeat history. Every time that they've had a big Pokemon game coming out, they did it with they did way back on the DS when the DS Lite came out. Was right around the time another Pokemon game was coming out. 3DS. They came out with the 2DS right around the same time one of the Pokemon games came out. And
How's it going?
how's it going?
He's streaming. He's not talking. So.
Yeah, I'm not crazy.
That's fine.
What's going on?
Are you? Oh, not right now.
Oh, no, that's
No?
not. That's
Oh,
an
okay.
old stream. This is live.
I want to cancel my order for Borderlands 3.
Okay, do you want to just refund it then?
Yeah, preferably.
Oh, that's cool.
What was the
He just did it a little bit ago. We could void the transaction. It would void the whole thing, and
Oh,
you could
okay.
just give him the money back.
Okay. All right.
Well, because it was Look up the just take him off the list and
Which one was it? This one right here.
6434. So if you void that, give the money back. We don't even need the card because it'll just go back to the default that you had on there.
Okay.
So
Okay, so I want to. I don't want to reprint. I want to do this. I want to.
yeah, you want to
Reverse.
yeah. And then you just have to give him the 64. He actually paid 64.35, so you
Okay,
give him
in cash?
64.30. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a few minutes ago. All right. So back to when the 2DS came out, there's a lot of people that'll come out and they only want to play Pokemon. They would buy the 2DS and they would buy a copy of Pokemon. I've already seen a lot of people doing that for Switch Lite. They want to play Pokemon.
Thank you.
They
You too.
just to be cheaper, they'll pay the $200 and I think it's a good move by Nintendo. Do I like it? No, I think it's kind of dumb, but I think it'll sell
I'm not
well.
yeah, it'll sell. I just think.
And I thought they would make a system that was only for a TV too. I think they should do the reverse. I think they should have a little box, almost like the PlayStation TV or whatever,
I only ever use my dock.
that hooks up to the TV, and you can just pop the little cartridges in and buy a Pro controller.
Different, I would have rather seen them put a 1080 screen on
What's up, Lan?
to do some hardware improvements, not just a slight redesign.
On Contra Hard Corps, I don't know off the top of my head. I know that one's getting pretty rare, but I'd have to look it up. I don't have one at the moment.
A little bit ago, I was going to say something. Oh, well.
I'll tell you what it's going for here. A second, Fart Doctor. Hold on.
Contra on what?
Hardcore, which would be Genesis. Yeah,
I think I have that.
I have it. I love that game. But if I'm guessing, I bet you it's in the $50 range.
Probably.
I'm just guessing. I don't know the price of every game off the top of my head, but
Yeah, around 50.
that was close. So a loose cartridge goes for
45.
about 45. So around $50. That was good. What's up for Seska? What's up, Winter Fallout? So I was close on my guess. I don't have anything super rare in traded in at the moment though. What games am I? I'm playing Gears of War 5 a lot right now. Astral Chain on the Switch. I love Astral Chain. I'm getting close to the end of Astral Chain, which I really like, but it only runs at 30 frames per second, so most people tell me it's crap.
Yeah, can't play it.
I can't play it because it's only 30 frames. But Astral Chain, Gears of War, playing a little bit of. Actually, I've been playing the old game NFL 2K5 because it's football season, so I like doing NFL 2K5 with updated rosters. I know you don't have football over there in Japan, but I'm a big football junkie.
Hey, Mike, my Pikachu's almost done. I don't know if you can see it. My stained glass Pikachu.
That's stained glass, by the way. Derek makes beautiful stained glass, and he makes.
I want them done by Sword
lamps.
and Shield. Life size, according to the stats. So
life size. So
yeah, yeah, he's about 1.5 feet tall.
Yeah, that's cool. So what's everybody playing though at the moment? What are you guys playing?
For sure.
Oh, the
Lost our chat.
yeah, lost our chat. There we go. Yeah, Victor.
Oh, that was.
Let's
painful.
not. I'm like removing myself from football chat until.
That was the most undisciplined football I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible. That's a very cute Pikachu from Japanese.
Oh, thank you.
Nanashiro.
Here, I'll show one other last time. Last humble brag.
They got to get the servers working in Gears though better. It seems like half the time when I go to play Gears, something screwed up with the servers. You're from Ohio, yeah. I'm noisy weed. I'm a huge. I got a Browns hat on today. I was debating. I almost didn't wear this hat because I don't even want like people to say shit to me about the Browns.
That's what a lamp looks like finished. That's Cubone. Obviously.
Yeah, that's a Cubone. He does good stuff. Mike, you need to buy some lamps from Derek. Buy something from Derek. Have him make you something custom. Or what do you got in stock, right? What are your cool? Do you got any Star Wars ones? Or
I got the two different R2D2s.
Oh, he's got some R2D2s done.
And the Imperial Guard helmet.
Oh.
I'm just into basketball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, noisy weed. Yeah, I kind of feel the same, even though I am wearing the Browns. You know what's funny, though, about this Browns hat is most people have no idea they see the dog, like, because it's not the normal brown symbol, and it's a black and gray hat. What's up? What's up, Haley?
I'll start working on glass again.
Haley. How are you? You know what, Noisy Weed? They'll win next week. They'll win on Monday night. Just sucks we gotta wait till Monday night. They'll win. They'll beat the Jets. I hope. If they don't beat the Jets, man, we're screwed.
Yep.
Shit.
Well, I mean, at that point, they'll probably start debating whether or not it was right keeping Kitchens versus Williams.
Yeah.
You know, that conversation will start.
Nanashiro said it's a very delicate and genius technique. Respect to you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, except he's kind of dumb. Half the time when he's streaming, he's not wearing
Glasses. Safety glasses, so I always get glass in my eye.
Yeah. Noisy is supposed to be this year. This was supposed to be the year. And they look god awful. Now, let me just tell you. I'll tell you something, Noisy. I didn't want to talk about football too much, but Tennessee is a really good team. And I don't know why everybody thought we could just roll over them. I think including the Browns players thought they could roll over them. Tennessee made the playoffs last year. Tennessee beat the Patriots last year by 24. So it's not like they're not a good team. It's not like we lost to the Dolphins.
know. And when we're on our backup
Yeah.
for our offensive line.
Our offensive line, oh my, that was just a mess that day. So
They were
you
talking.
just finished Life is Strange 2.
I mean, this is always 2020, but like Jim Donovan was talking about it, about how like he wonders if it has anything to do with the mentality about what was it, the second week? Was it the Chargers we faced where we actually practiced with them, but we were getting into fights?
Colts.
The
It was
Colts.
the
It was the
yeah.
Colts. Okay, and then we got Garrett punching people and our linemen kicking people.
I can't believe Garrett did that of all the guys.
Yeah. I wonder if it was part of that training and mentality about be rough and be bruisers, if that just kind of carried over a little bit.
I don't think they ever told anybody to kick somebody in the
No,
head.
I know, but still.
Yeah. That's cool. Winter Fallout though. That Life is Strange too. Did you play that?
No, I got it downloaded, but I haven't played it yet.
What were the free games this month? I didn't even download them yet.
Darksiders 3.
Oh, Darksiders
for PS4.
Yeah, you like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
liked it. It
Yeah.
was good. It was decent. I think that only
I
runs
gotta
at,
finish it.
I think it only runs at 30 frames per second,
I-
though.
I can't believe I even put it on my PS4. I gotta destroy it now.
You damn dirty peasant. You're just getting around to the final level.
Like I think my favorite game of all time was the original Zelda.
Kingdom
so
Hearts 3.
No one
Nice.
even knows what that ran it. That was probably.
Do you have any other Pokemon you made? I don't know if she saw the Cubone. He did Cubone. Who else have you done?
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo. Oh, do you have a picture of the Mewtwo?
No, I don't have a picture of Mewtwo.
You thought about what? Yeah, that's what I would do, especially if you don't want to wait out at some store and camp out and all that crap. Some people enjoy camping out and doing that. The last time we had people camp out was the Switch. People were camping out for the Switch. That was kind of cool.
But no, yeah, I made Mewtwo and Cubone first because they're my favorites. Then Pikachu I'm making now. Then I'll make the 3 base starters, and that'll be it. Those are the only statues I'm making.
Derek made me a Mario that looks like an 8-bit Mario. It actually looks like a giant amiibo lamp, but it's really cool.
I think I got a picture of that.
I have a picture on my phone, but I'm using my phone to stream, so I can't show. Derek might have a picture. Oh, she wants to, or Nanashiro wants to see the Mewtwo.
I don't have a picture of Mewtwo.
Oh, he doesn't have a picture on his phone at the
I never
moment.
took it.
You never took a. How can you do that?
'Cause
Like I take a
I'm-
picture of like every arcade game I do. Giant amiibo. He's getting a picture of my it's my Mario lamp that's on top of my it's on top of my arcade machine at my house right now.
I have a picture of the molds that I used for Mewtwo, but I don't have a picture of them completed.
But I can't show you because I'm streaming on my phone and that's where all my pictures are. So I can't.
I never take a picture of that either. I don't. Yeah, I'm horrible at social media stuff, so I don't take pictures of anything.
You're gonna wait about a month and then pick one up for a store. That's a cool way to do it too. Or like just like go to I don't know like just go there and ask like when they expect a second shipment or something like that, and just just try to talk to a manager or something like that. If you don't want it if you can wait like a few weeks and you tell a manager, hey, I'm willing to wait like for your second shipment or whatever, you can tell me, could I ever get a call or something like that when you get another shipment in? They might do that if you're cool about it. Yeah, if you don't need to get one day one, like it'll be, just be cool and ask somebody somewhere. If you know somebody that works at a store, say, hey, let me know when you're getting another shipment. You should be able to get one. Is it papercraft? That's what he uses for his molds, Nanashiro. He does he puts them together, plans them out in papercraft. No, but he does it with stained glass. He's making the lamps with stained glass.
But yeah, if there's not a PEP file available, I use ZBrush and sculpt it that way, and then import that to Pepakura. But
yeah, you always wait for Black Friday discounts and then send your boyfriend out. Yeah, what's fun is I already have like a bunch of Black Friday deals. I already know most of the video game deals for Black Friday. And what's ironic is some of the games aren't even out yet, and they're on Black Friday deals. So There's a lot of
don't-
games that come out, and then like a month later, they drop them $20.
I don't
for
have it
Black
lit
Friday.
up, but that's.
Oh, hey, there you
I
go.
don't have it lit up. but
That's my Mario. It's a lamp. That's stained glass.
Yeah.
That's a weird angle you had there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Mario's cool. He looks really good lit up. Yeah, it's glass. Yes, stained glass. Derek does all kinds of stained glass. He does little like sun catchers too. Yeah,
Thanks,
Mike.
Mike.
He is talented.
I said once I'm done with my math class in 5 weeks, then I'll get back into glass again.
You take a math class
Yeah. So stupid.
for what?
Because I can go to college for free. Because
Oh.
so I'm just taking classes here and there.
Oh God, I'm so glad I don't have classes anymore. Man, I let me just tell you, my daughter is way smarter than I ever was or am or anything. I looked at her homework last night and it looked like freaking it looked like rocket science to me. And it was her math.
I'm doing statistics, so it's all like reading graphs and mean, median, and mode and all that stuff that I learned in the 8th grade.
Yeah. Mike, I am playing Gears 5 mostly and Astral Chain on Switch. But my oh my god, my daughter's so freaking smart. I can't even help her with her homework. And she's a senior in high school though, but she is a million times smarter than I ever was, and am. She's already smarter than I am. On some things, on like academics, she's smarter, but she's still a kid. So life stuff, I'm way smarter than she is. Derek is talking your language. Are you talking about math, Mike? Derek's talking your language.
Oh.
Derek, God, I was decent at math. Thank you, Nana Shero. Said you're a genius, of course. Ccgames also genius. I'm a very stable genius. I'm just kidding. That's probably a bad political joke, but no, I'm not genius. You know what's fun is I consider myself pretty smart, but I'm not very good at speaking. So it's hard for me sometimes to get the thoughts out of my head into words. I'm not an eloquent speaker. Yet I have a podcast, but thankfully on the podcast I can edit. So you don't hear all the with that attitude, right, Mike? You don't hear all the ums and ahs but when I do this live you hear me say I try not to stutter or say ums or ahs or any of that
I'm
stuff.
trying to do that now too, since I'm gonna start loading up some of our RPGs onto YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And after watching the first video, I realized how many times it's better to just pause like I just did there instead of saying or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just catch my I'm like, I cannot believe I say it that many times.
Yeah, when you do a podcast, you really notice how often you say and ah. And actually I've started to notice other people that do it a lot too, and it drives me nuts. Mike Lombardo, I should get you on my podcast sometime too. I gotta get Derek on my podcast too. Just never worked out.
Well, if I end up getting that T-shirt job, I'll probably want to do stuff like that with you, or even like that, Google Hangout thing.
You've never asked someone for a bag of water because you forgot the word cup. You asked for a bag of water? Derek on the podcast as soon as possible. And I talked about 30 frames versus 60 frames per second last week. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about this week. Probably talk a little bit about Dreamcast since its 20th anniversary was yesterday. I love Dreamcast was my favorite system of all time. By far. I was in college when Dreamcast came out.
I don't know if you mentioned in your podcast, but like literally, I understand like it's something that they care about, so it's something that they talk about. Just like I don't get motorcycles and why they're loud, but that culture does, and I get that.
Yeah.
But like what you said, it's like and you've been doing it longer than I have. In the 9 years that I've been working retail, I've never once had a person ask about what the frame rate is on a game.
Exactly. Nobody cares.
They only care if it's fun.
If it's good, is it
yeah,
fun?
that's it.
I've been debating if I should do video game reviews, and I'm just gonna solely review stuff whether it's fun or not.
Right.
Like on a scale of, maybe I'll give it a score of 1 to 10, but that's all based on fun. I'm like not gonna I maybe touch on graphics or something like that, but is the game fun or not? That's all it really boils down to. You're right, Mike. Only PC Master Race cares about frame. There's so many people that run their damn PC games and they have their stupid frame counter up in the thing,
Well,
and they can't enjoy it if it's like under a certain amount.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's like I mean I understand it's a cultural thing,
Mhm.
but still to sit there and actually not just judge a game based off of whether or not it's fun, just its technical specs, you're losing a lot, I guess.
you took medication to mess with word recall. Yeah, that would suck, noisy weed. Yeah.
Well, that's the best time, like when people get their tonsils or wisdom
Yeah.
teeth removed and they're all doped up, and you just start talking.
I
to
forget
them.
about words every now and then too, and I'm like, God damn it, what?
It's at the point now, like
I think I'm just getting old though.
right, but just as we're getting older, it's not so much speaking, but like typing words that are even basic just look wrong.
Yes.
But there, it's like, I think that's right, but it just doesn't look right.
Yep.
Typing is awful.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I might do reviews of games and just do whether or not they're good or not whether or not they're fun. I'm so sick of all that, all the BS with like graphics.
The old
and,
Nintendo Power magazines, playability, fun.
Actually,
graphics.
Game Pro had
It was
the
Game
fun
Pro. Yeah,
fun
it was,
factor.
Yeah, it was Game Pro.
They had the little faces.
I thought it was Nintendo Power.
No, Game Pro had those. They did do graphics, so they had graphics, gameplay, fun factor, and like 2 other categories.
Right.
Yeah. But I think fun's the only thing that matters. When you write the word too many times and start to question everything because it lost its meaning. There's a lot of words. I don't want to get political or anything, but there's a lot of words that have lost their meaning because they're overused.
Yeah.
Especially in politics. I know Digital Foundry digs deep into frame rates. I know. I like watching the Digital Foundry stuff. It's cool, but like, I like watching that stuff. But I like, for example, I remember I just watched one again because we've been talking about frame rates, and I was watching about Bayonetta, the first Bayonetta. I actually got it for PlayStation 3 because it came out in Japan like 3 or 4 months earlier, and I couldn't wait. I wanted to play it. So I got the PlayStation 3 one knowing that the Xbox 360 version was better, ran better. But the Bayonetta on PS3 ran at 30 frames per second. It ran at 60. Well, it ran like 50 to 60. It would go up and down on the Xbox 360. But I got to play it like 3 or 4 months earlier, and it was fun. I didn't care. It still played fine. But yeah, I mean, if it does run at a better frame rate, it's usually better. But there are some games like where they programmed them based on the frame rate. So if you increase if you take a N64 game like Mario 64 and you increase the frame rate on it, everything runs fast. Like everything's faster, so it ruins the timing of it. Some games you can increase the frame rate and the gameplay is the same.
We have a new copy for $29.99. Yeah, not a problem. Bye. I wonder, do they not watch movies since movies only run on
About
25?
24.
Yeah, 24, 25. They just never watch
Well,
movies.
what was it? What was the Lord of the Rings game the Lord of the Rings movie that they
They
put
went to
out?
46 and it was awful. 'cause
And
it looked
everybody, like people were getting sick and stuff.
fake. Yeah,
watching
it was The Hobbit at 46 frame rate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because it looked awful. Now, obviously, games are different than live actual action, but still.
Like in the old days when you hit that, when you jammed that turbo button on your 486 and Commander Keen ran at double speed. That's right. And then people were hitting me up. Well, NES games ran at 60 frames per second. Well, most of them did, but there were some that ran real slow, like Ghost and Goblins. I think would go dip under 20.
Two.
So,
Where are we at on
but
inventory?
nobody even like.
Back then, it was all about the fun.
Here's the thing. Yeah, no kid back in the day ever even knew what frames per second was. Like I had no clue. None of my friends ever talked about it. Now there's kids that are like teenagers talking about frames per second. It's so stupid. Like, how do we get away from games being fun? Like whether or not it's fun or not. Nobody asked whether Mario Brothers or Pac-Man was running at 60 frames per second. You would just talk about how it felt. Yeah, up until like 10 years ago. You're right. Now, I mean, I knew about it before that. Like, I heard about it before that because actually, one of the first arcade games that went to, well, nobody really talked about it until when we started getting into the 3D stuff. And I remember one of the first arcade games that hit 60 frames per second was Daytona. And Daytona was pretty nice running at 60 frames per second. And some of the Dreamcast games started hitting 60 frames per second, but yeah, nobody cared. But you could tell the difference. But now that's all you hear about it. It's the dumbest thing too. I never heard anybody once say Spider-Man sucked because it only ran at 30 frames per second.
Right. Or God of War. Well,
Yeah.
God of War on the Pro did run at 60 though, didn't it?
No, it was like around 50.
Okay.
It was weird because they have either performance mode or graphics mode. And if you put it in the one mode, it ran at 30. So yeah, but now it's all about frames per second. It's stupid. You hate that Lemmings only runs at 30 frames per second. Yeah. Every Nintendo's actually Super Mario 64 runs at 30, but it goes down to 20 a lot. But yeah, I guess that game sucks because it's only 30 frames per second, according to some people. There were actually people saying they get sick if they play a game at 30 frames per second.
I think that's just like self-fulfillment prophecy.
Yeah. All right, I need to get off this topic. I'm so sick of
Yeah.
frames per second. So, Mike, I will send you a text about that Star Fox.
All right. Somebody just and I don't know. I mean,
What?
yeah. Someone sent a message to us on Facebook, just wondering. They had two Wii's, a Wii U, some GameCube games, DS games, and they asked if we buy them. I'm like, well, possibly and Nintendo games. I'm like the Nintendo.
Yeah,
games,
the old stuff, the
the
GameCube.
Nintendos and GameCube, we'd probably be interested in cash,
Definitely.
but the rest is only store credit. That's
Yeah.
what I sent them.
I'm so sick of Wii's getting traded in.
Well, not. It was only just a few weeks ago. We only had a couple. Now we're up to like
Yeah.
almost 10. So yeah, it's like no, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good on those for cash.
Groovy. Every time somebody says groovy, I think of Earthworm Jim. Groovy. Did you guys see they were remaking? Speaking of Earthworm Jim, this is different, but did you guys know they're remaking Aladdin and Lion King, the Genesis versions? They're doing modern versions of them.
I don't know. It's. I mean, we are the nostalgia culture now. We're the nostalgia generation. But
The reason I went from a lot of people don't know this. The reason I went from Earthworm Jim to Aladdin and Lion King. It's the same people that made Earthworm Jim made
Right.
Aladdin and Lion King.
it's kind of like like the Crash Bandicoot game, like for PS4, the
Yes.
remastered.
All right, see you, Mike.
It's just different to play it now. Of just the whole concept is just jumping on things. It was not as fun as I thought it was going to be going
Yeah.
back and playing it again.
No, Noisy Weed, you're right. Sometimes they put too much effort into the graphics
See you later, Mike.
than the art and the story. You're right. I think that's part of the problem. That's why a lot of people are going back to. Not only do they put more effort into the graphics, they put more effort into nickel and diming everybody, like in NBA 2K20 or Madden with.
Oh, but yeah, there's
With
great.
all the, it's basically loot boxes, and you're basically paying to win. So you pay them $60, and then you don't even get like the players you want. So you got to buy these packs and open up. So
I
dumb.
enjoyed on E3 the Need for Speed. they specifically asked the producer, it's like, is there going to be microtransactions? He's like, no microtransactions. And then like literally 30 seconds later, talked about car packs that you're going to be able to buy. So it's like they're obviously their definition of microtransaction is different than ours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so dumb. Everything is everything's stupid. Video gaming right now is kind of dumb. That's why you see a lot of people going back to like retro, and that's why you see a game like WoW Classic is so popular right now.
All right, here's a topic we can talk about. I was thinking about this yesterday, but that video you showed me about how the Gears graphics now, how much is taken away, like the background effects, the ripple effects in water,
Right, the little details.
yeah, the blood splatter, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that has a lot to do with the fact that they're not going to be selling as many copies because so many people are going to be getting it free with Game Pass?
I think it's because of Games Pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
why put all that money into a game that
like,
most people aren't?
That turned into a giant thing on Twitter too. What we're talking about, there's a video going around on YouTube about it's comparing Gears of War 2 to Gears of War 5. Which I'll say this straight up, even though people will ignore this. I like Gears 5. I'm playing Gears 5. I think it looks beautiful, but there's a lot of little details that aren't in Gears 5 that were in games like Gears 2. Like you could shoot, like when you shot in Gears 2 and there was destructible environments, you would see like the marble falling away, or like if you shot glass, it would break where your bullets are hitting. And in Gears 5, if you shoot the glass, the whole thing just shatters.
The sandbags had
like if you shot like sandbags, the sand would pour out of them. In like if you went like almost all the furniture in Gears of War 2, this is something that wasn't in the video. You could go up and chainsaw it, and you just can't. Those little details aren't there. Now Gears 5 is beautiful looking, and it plays same, and that's like little like nitpicking stuff. And if I had to give Gears 5, I'm not done with it, but if I had to give Gears 5 a rating, I'd probably give it like about an 8 out of 10, which is great. But I miss all those little details that were in the old Gears of Wars.
But why put in all that extra money?
Why bother when you're going to just give it away for free on Games Pass?
Yeah, you're not going to recoup that money.
Yeah.
So,
how's it going?
Oh, stuck that for you. All right, thank you.
have a nice day.
What do we got?
I wonder if those are the controllers.
It feels kind of heavy. I need a razor blade. So yeah, I think. Well, God, you really saw with Crackdown. I know some people try to convince themselves that Crackdown 3 was good. That game was terrible. and
what they promised, it was another No Man's Sky. We're gonna have all this stuff.
No Man's Sky was way better than Crackdown. I just think that
I'm just saying what they promised and what they delivered.
Game controller.
That is not what I was talking about.
Yeah. I think Ryan ordered some. What are these for? PS3. Just some generic PS3 controllers.
Oh, okay. Cool.
To sell. I'll have to check those in a little bit. Yeah. So Microsoft doesn't put out a ton of games, so I think they're not gonna put the full huge. I think they did a really good job with Gears, and I think Forza they do a really good job with. But you know what's funny about Games Pass? They always say, yeah, all the Microsoft first party games go to Games Pass. Minecraft didn't.
Right? Yeah, because not when you spent $3+ billion on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're never gonna recover that.
They'll make their money back, but it'll take them like
20 years.
They still haven't made their money back on it. So it's crazy how much they spent.
Microsoft, why make your own games when you can just buy companies that do?
Yeah.
That seems to be what.
Well, the other thing too is like they keep pushing everybody towards PC. Like, there's really no reason to own an Xbox. What's up, Reptile? I haven't seen you in a while. There's really no reason to own an Xbox if you have a gaming PC.
Especially if a price point's around $500.
Yeah.
You can build an okay PC.
Yeah. All right, I think I am going to call this a stream because I need to get some stuff done. So before I have to leave. So I will see you guys later. Bye, Derek.
See ya.
Thanks, everybody. Do you regret getting your Xbox? Yeah. There's not much of a point.
Mine is just now a glorified Netflix machine.
Mine is a Gears 5 machine now. I play Gears
Yeah.
5.
I mean, I did buy just during E3. I bought the $1 Game Pass for the extension.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
They pretty much give Game Pass away. So we don't sell hardly any Xbox
God,
games
Gears 5
anymore.
was pathetic. That used to be like a
Yeah,
game we would
we-
have.
We used to sell hundreds of Gears of War, and now with like Games Pass, we sold a handful of Gears of War 5.
Yeah, I've got it on Games Pass.
I didn't order a lot though, so I knew it wouldn't sell all that great. We did sell there are still people that want to come in and buy it, but man, not that many, because everybody knew you could get it for free, and they're pretty much giving Games Pass away to
for
everybody.
everything. You buy a bag of Doritos.
You know what?
get
I'll
Games
tell you
Pass.
this. This is a preview. I'm going to talk about this on my podcast, but I did not like this. In the Gears, this was really dumb. In the Gears 5 box, you get the game, obviously, but there's also a Games Pass in there.
There you go.
So they're even like I
I mean, some parts about Game Pass that's kind of cool is it gives you a larger demo. Like
Right.
the companies that only put their game on Game Pass for a month and that's it. You know, so you get a longer demo, and it's basically to get you into the game to where when they take it away, it's like, oh, I guess I got to go buy it. now.
So I think that's
That's
going to be a
okay.
thing. Like all the Microsoft games are going to like, even though I'm selling them here, they're like going to try to get everybody to Games Pass. Yeah, so you won't even need the game, like, because they're going to give you give you like a
They're
month
just
of
gonna
Games
they're
Pass.
just gonna trade it in here
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Yeah,
That is kind of dumb. I didn't know that. That's funny.
yeah. So when I
I've
saw
always
that,
been
I-
a Sony person. Anyway. I've liked their exclusives way better.
well, they
Uncharted,
have
Yeah,
exclusives. There's only
God of War.
that's my thing with Xbox. There's really not exclusives because
You can get it on
you
PC.
can have them on PC. So I think that's the reason to buy a console is for exclusives. And if you don't have exclusives, there's no point. So I think the only reason Microsoft's still making consoles and there's another one coming out is because they don't want to give up all that Xbox Live money. They make way too much money on Xbox Live.
So they just need to give Steam an amount that they can't refuse because they're, despite what they say, that number does exist. And then you only get your Steam if you buy Xbox Live. That's how you recover your loss.
Oh my God, PC gamers!
They would.
Oh, the world would explode if Microsoft bought Steam.
That's what I would do if I was them.
There's a part of me wants to see it happen. I just want to watch the world burn.
I said Microsoft has the money to do it.
Yeah. If Microsoft ever bought Steam, oh my God, that would be like the greatest news thing ever. You canceled your Xbox Live sub last week. Yeah, I didn't because I bought 2 years of Xbox
During
Live
E3, yeah,
and
I bought-
and for
yeah.
$1 I upgraded it
Yep. I did
to
the same
Games
thing.
Pass. So yeah, PS4 is going. I don't think so. Beverly Hills
What's that?
said PS4 is going to crap.
How so? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. They've
Yeah.
sold 100 million units, so they're doing pretty good.
They've
All right.
Put out my favorite game so far of
Yep.
this generation.
All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Thanks.
See ya.
Peace.